The following program, Live and Learn, is made possible by Aging Partners. Find out more on their website.
Hi everyone. The need for geriatricians, physicians who specialize in the care of older adults, is only growing. Joining us today is Lincoln's very own geriatrician, Dr. Mary Spivey. You'll want to stay tuned.
The legend of the poinsettia conveys the theme that the true spirit of giving comes from the love and sincerity involved in the gift, not the appearance or the value. Stay tuned for an interesting discussion of Christmas plants that can add warmth and comfort and color to your Christmas season.
This and more on today's Live and Learn.
Hi everyone, I'm Julie Masters and welcome to Live and Learn. We are in for a treat today. Joining us is Dr. Mary Spivey, Lincoln's own board-certified geriatrician. Dr. Spivey, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Well, we're grateful to have you here. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Dr. Spivey, for our viewers, could you tell us a little bit about your background and your preparation for working in the field of geriatrics?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
So I grew up in Wyoming, where I was raised in a homeschool family. And part of that culture that I grew up in, there was a lot of focus and care placed on kind of intergenerational appreciation. My parents really raised us to honor and respect our older adults. Going into medical school, I did not know I was going to go into geriatrics. I knew I liked internal medicine, so I started there. And when I was graduating, I was looking for a job, and every single job that looked interesting to me said something like, we will prefer someone with geriatric training, would like to have someone with geriatric training, will pay more for someone with geriatric training. And I thought, well, I really liked my geriatrics rotation. I'll just go ahead and do that. And within a couple of months of doing that, then I just kind of fell in love and realized that this is really what I like to do. So haven't turned back.
Sounds like it's your calling.
Yeah, I
Right?
definitely think so.
Truly your calling. So as a gerontologist, people often confuse gerontology with geriatrics.
Yes.
And so for our viewers, could you tell us a little bit about geriatrics, what it is, and how it's different from gerontology?
Yeah, so people often will call me a gerontologist as well. So that is not necessarily wrong to call a geriatrician a gerontologist. But gerontology is kind of this study of aging, and it comes from this multidisciplinary aspect. So it could be economics, it could be physical, social, political related, whereas geriatrics is really the focus on the health and promotion of wellness of older adults. I focus a lot on diseases. I tell people that I focus on diseases that are common with aging. It doesn't mean that it's normal, but I try to focus on those and kind of bring people some relief from some of those symptoms that they might be having.
Excellent. Thank you. Dr. Spivey, there was a wonderful article about you in the spring issue of Living Well magazine. And it really was a beautiful article because you mentioned your enjoyment in caring for older adults. Why do you prefer this population beyond what you've already shared?
Yeah. So I think, you know, when I was going through my training, then I was dealing with a lot of World War II vets. I did a lot of my training in the VA, and that population of men and women were just really inspiring to me. They really had a great grasp of what's important in life. I feel like older adults have seen a lot of life, and I appreciate hearing their backgrounds and their stories and the things that they've learned, and I just really enjoy that.
So, and it is powerful, isn't it, with the VA population. Are there other populations of older people that you find of interest?
Yeah, so definitely, so I'm kind of traditional idealist, I guess, in terms of the way I practice medicine. I really like to take care of people who are low income, impoverished, kind of the underserved people is really who I'm kind of passionate about. In addition to some of the work that I did at the VA early in my career, I also worked for a program called PACE, which is the Program for All-Inclusive Care of the Elderly, and it's kind of a dual eligible Medicare, Medicaid. And so a lot of frail older people who haven't had a voice. That's really a passion of mine, is to give people a voice who might not have one otherwise.
And for our viewers, PACE, or what Emmanuel calls Pathways, is not available in Lincoln.
It's not.
It is available in Omaha and I believe the Des Moines area. So maybe one day it'll make its way to, let's hope, to Lincoln.
It's a great program.
It is a great program.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Spivey, if you ruled the world, this is one of those if you ruled the world kind of questions, what would you wish for older adults in terms of the care they receive? So it's kind of a two-parter. In terms of the care they receive, but also the attention that they pay to themselves.
Sure. Yeah. So I would hope that all older adults would have a really good primary care. Whether that be a geriatrician or an internist or family medicine doctor, somebody who is listening. One of the things that I find to be really beneficial and I think is very important to the care of older adults is focusing not so much on diseases and medications, but on people's quality of life and their function. That's really how a geriatric practice is focusing on function. So that's a huge thing. Another thing that I think is very important for older adults for their care is to see what medications they don't need and to get rid of excess medications, because we know that medications can cause interactions with each other and side effects, and if there's not really a reason for them anymore, it's important to kind of take those away, get rid of those. In terms of what I'd like to see people do for themselves, I would love to see people just exercise and eat healthy. Yeah, the usual stuff, but it's just so powerful to see older people who are in good health, who are still playing with their grandkids and walking and running, and it's just so powerful and important for good health.
It really is. Exercise truly is the magic potion, the secret sauce in terms, but exercise, cognitive, physical, social, all those things.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Spivey, a question, how are you preparing for your own aging?
Yeah, so I'm trying to eat a healthy diet. So I'm not specifically on what's called a Mediterranean diet or a MIND diet, but there is a diet called MIND diet, focusing a lot on kind of social and cognitive wellness. So one of the things we know is that low mood is kind of a risk factor for dementia, things like that. So I try to make a practice of being grateful for things, and so kind of practicing some gratefulness. Also, in the last few years, I've been really kind of focusing more on my health and exercise as well. So
excellent.
Yeah.
So I suspect you go to a restaurant, now that people have seen you on Live and Learn, they'll say, we'll have what she's having, right?
Oh, no, maybe.
So, I think as Lincoln's own board-certified geriatrician, how could someone get in touch with you? How could they schedule an appointment?
Yeah, so I do consults for people. You don't need necessarily a referral from your PCP, although ideally you would have one. If you need to get in and see me, you can just call yourself. The number's 402-484-4940, and you would talk to my nurse Angie, and she would get you set up. Currently, I am able to see people usually within 2 or 3 weeks of them calling and getting in. So.
Okay. Well, I know that for our Live and Learn listeners and viewers, I'm sure they'll be interested in connecting with you. So, Dr. Spivey, a question that I ask all of our guests, and I think it's an important one for you. What gives you hope?
Yeah, so that's a tough question. I think the things that I find that give me the most hope are just things of beauty, right? So seeing land, forests, mountains, oceans, those things kind of inspire me. But probably the things that bring me the most hope are looking at like my nieces who are little, and just to see their innocence and their joy for life. So really kind of hopeful about the next generations and moving forward, and that's kind of the main thing.
Have you suggested to them that it might be good to pursue education in gerontology or geriatrics?
I am always encouraging people to do that. They are very young.
Thank you. It's never too early to get excited about aging, is it?
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Spivey, we are grateful to you for taking time out of your day to meet with us and to share about your programming and your practice. It's been very informative. And to our viewers, remember, it's never too late to live and learn.
So, I'm playing with the dog, and I get this robocall from the Social Security Administration saying my card had been suspended and I had to call them back immediately. And that's when I remembered a tip from the AARP Fraud Watch Network. Random robocall? This is a Social Security scam.
Recognize fraud sooner,
Robots.
so your money lives longer. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Poinsettias are a legendary and popular plant at Christmas time, but there are also other plants that can add color and warmth to your Christmas season. I'm Doug Jost, host of Live and Learn, and with me today is Madison Wilson and Christy Sidner from Tailored Landscapes Plant and Gift Shop in Bennett. First of all, let's talk a little bit about, Christy, what other plants are. We have one here, but let's talk about some of the other plants that are Christmas plants.
Sure. Traditionally, the poinsettia is a great and most known Christmas plant, but there are several different options. There's flowering and non-flowering. We've got cyclamen, Christmas cactus, there's Norfolk Island pine, all sorts of different things that you can bring into your home to brighten up your holiday season, or you can give as great gifts.
Madison, the non-flowering ones, is the pine the main one there?
I would say so. So the Norfolk Island pine would be my top recommendation for an indoor non-flowering plant. I mean, you can see it looks like a live potted Christmas tree.
Right.
So,
yeah.
and the care with it is pretty much the same as any tropical plant you bring into your home. So
Let's talk about, first of all, giving plants as a gift. So what should people consider or, in terms of giving plants for gifts?
So when I'm looking at getting plant gifts for my friends, and they get a lot from me, so the main thing I look for is ease of care. So I don't want to give my friend a project to, to last 2 weeks and then they feel bad that it died in their care. So I'm looking for things like pothos, for instance, zebra plants, snake plants, succulents are very just easy to care for in your home. They can adapt to a wide variety of watering and light conditions. And if you want to Christmas it up, there's always decorative pots. There's picks that you can add in them.
Okay, so it's not just a plant, but you add the pot too.
You can add the pot, yeah.
There's fun Christmas tags or like little, very much like you would decorate a bottle of wine with a fun little sweater. You can do the same thing with your indoor plant material that's not necessarily Christmas oriented.
So, Christy, if you're buying plant just for yourself, then same considerations or what?
Absolutely. If you like the challenge of maybe carrying over a Christmas plant, a traditionally Christmas plant throughout the entire season, then by all means go with your poinsettia, your Christmas cactus, cyclamen, something like that. Mm-hmm. But if you like the look of something lush in your home that's going to be nice and leafy throughout the season, the alternative is to kind of dress up the plant for Christmas and then carry it throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to the poinsettia, since it's sort of a standard Christmas plant, and well, the legend of the poinsettia plant was that this Mexican girl gathered up some weeds and stuck them in the ground, and they got this colorful red, bright red plant. Does that mean that poinsettias are easy to care for?
So in their native country of Mexico, so easy. But it can be a little challenging to adapt those same conditions inside a house. So it's a yes and no. So if you are willing to be up for the challenge, they can be an easy plant to care for in your home. But things to consider would be heat and cold drafts, how much you like to water, that sort of thing there.
So in terms of watering, let's talk about that. So you let it dry out and then water it?
So generally what I will do is wait until the first inch or two of the soil is dry, and you can check that either with your finger or with a wooden dowel and just see how much soil comes back up with the dowel. And that's how I gauge when it's time to water.
Then what about, should you have a pot that drains in the bottom?
Absolutely, yep. So this pot, for instance, isn't going to have drainage holes on the bottom. So for something like this, I would take it out of the pot, water it, and allow it to drain. So I would allow all of the water to drain out and then put it back in the decorative pot.
And not keep water in.
Exactly. They do not like wet feet. And the biggest thing that kill poinsettias is root rot, and that is from overwatering.
I'll also add, it's very important on poinsettias not to water the foliage. If you water the foliage, you'll get burned and water spots on the foliage, and it will be very unsightly. And they don't enjoy that at all.
They can be little divas, and they'll drop all their leaves, which doesn't necessarily mean that they're dead, but it can be a little unsightly, yes.
Okay. And how long can we keep poinsettias going in the home?
Some people keep them for years. So truly what happens at the end of the season is these bracts, the true flower is actually these little yellow bits right here, and these are just surrounding the flower. So these at the end of the season will fall off. And so it'll look a little bit bare for a little bit, but you will see new growth come just with green leaves. So over the summertime, you're going to see green leafy growth on it. And then as the days shorten and the nights cool, you'll start to see those red colors come back.
So if you just keep it close to a window, or?
They like bright and direct light in the house. Yep, so I would recommend probably a south or west window.
Okay. Well, let's talk about some of the other flowering plants. Christy,
Sure.
We've talked about, for example, amaryllis and paper whites. Tell us about those.
Yeah, these are some of my favorite ones to grow because they take extremely little amount of care. I also like these for gift giving for that very same reason. This right here is an amaryllis. Underneath the soil, there's a big bulb. It's probably about that big. And generally in stores, you'll find amaryllis in either in a kit.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Where you can give them as a nice gift. It's got the soil in there. It's got, the pot and the amaryllis bulb. If you go to a nursery or garden center, a lot of times you'll find just the bulb itself. And you can do a couple different things. You could grow it in just a hurricane where it's setting on top and the roots kind of grow just in water.
Okay.
Or you can plant it into whatever container you'd like. It does not need a big container. You can keep the container real small. What's fun about this, especially gift giving, is if you've got somebody that is homebound, this gives them something to watch grow throughout the season.
Okay.
We gave one to my grandmother-in-law last year, and she enjoyed it throughout the entire season into February. Just watching it grow and develop and put off a new spout or a new stem, and it just is very enjoyable. The paper whites in comparison are very small bulbs. Amaryllis come in several different colors. So you'll have striped ones, you'll have bicolor, you'll have double petals, all those kinds of things. Whereas your paper whites are pretty standard, but they're a traditional plant in that they're a delicate white daffodil-esque
Narcissus,
type
yep.
Bulb. So
Okay.
they grow very similar, just need consistent water, does not need to be too wet, well drainage, well-drained soils. So.
Madison, Christmas cactus is something that I think are very pretty. Tell us about how to care for those.
Christmas cactus are by far my most favorite Christmas plant. really because they're easy to take care of, and they come in just a variety of colors. So I've brought today kind of a magenta and a pink. I have a personal, my favorite one is orange, which you don't see too terribly often. So you can get them in just a wide variety. And as far as care goes, they are a tropical cactus, which I know sounds like an oxymoron. They're native to South America, Brazil, kind of coastal Brazil. So if you think about that sort of care, they are a tropical plant, but they have these succulent leaves, so they can hold a little bit more water. So when it comes to watering in that respect, you can kind of let it get 2/3 or so of the way dry before giving it a good drink again. And the same rule goes as it did with the poinsettia, is if you have a pot with no drainage, will that pop out any easier maybe? You want to take it out of the pot, give it a great drink, let everything drain out the bottom, and then pop it back into your decorative pot. If you already have it in a pot with drainage, just water away.
Very good. The last one we have in terms of flowering plants is the cyclamen, and Christy, talk about that. This one
We got this one a few days ago, and it had some really beautiful, delicate blooms on it. But that has since changed. Cyclamen are often found in floral shops or greenhouses, things that it's very easy for them to grow. Sometimes they get a little picky once they're outside of their growing element or changing different environments. But they are a super beautiful plant. It's a cool season thing, so you'll see it again in Easter and Valentine's Day. Bright pink purples, fuchsia type blooms.
Yeah, they're sort of delicate, but very, very pretty.
And generally the stems come up and the flowers are, right about this high on the stems.
One really nice thing about them is you can use them year after year. As the days get longer and the days get warmer, they actually go dormant. They're a Mediterranean plant, so they're used to kind of that 60, 65 degrees. And as we start to see the 70s, 80s, 90s, this will go all the way back to the ground, and it can be placed in a cool, dark place in your home for the summer. Just kind of keep an eye on it once a month and then bring it back out in the fall, and it'll grow back.
So you don't water them during that dormant period?
Not typically, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the last thing we need to talk about is sort of the indoor Christmas tree.
Yes.
The Norfolk pine. Tell us about the care of that.
So the Norfolk Island pine is, it, like I said, has a very similar care to a typical houseplant, which makes it a very easy plant to bring indoors. And I have a 4-foot one at home that I decorate every year. As far as care goes, I would keep a bright indirect light, so probably a west or south window. Otherwise, a grow light is a great supplemental option to add just a little bit of help to it. Once the top 2 inches of soil or so are dry, give it a good drink. This one does also have kind of the thing that kills it the most is going to be overwatering. So just keeping an eye on that water and not giving it too much is kind of my biggest advice. So bright indirect light and wait until the top 2 inches of soil are dry.
So if you want a small Christmas tree, you can decorate this and keep it from year to year.
Exactly. Yep.
You can string your garland, your lightweight garland, or small paper chains, popcorn garland,
fairy lights,
very small fairy lights or small ornaments. Yep. It's a very soft to the texture or soft to the touch as well. So when you walk by, you really want to. If you're a tactile person, you really want to touch it.
So it's great for an apartment, for instance, small spaces. So.
Well, Madison and Christy, thanks a lot for bringing these plants with you and explaining how to care for them for us. It's a real pleasure to actually see the plants and make it a live demonstration here. So thanks a lot for being with us today.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Remember, it's never too late to live and learn about how to care for your Christmas plants and add color to the Christmas season.
I was doing some shopping and got a pop-up on my laptop. Computer had a virus. So I called the number on the page, and the guy on the phone wants to take control of my screen to sort it out. Then I remember a tip I got from the AARP Fraud Watch Network. Control my screen. This is a tech support scam. Thankfully, my order still went through.
Recognize fraud sooner so your money lives longer. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live and Learn. I am your host, Jerry Renaud. It's sort of been tradition for the last few years that for our December show, that part of it ends up being some Christmas music. And so I think we're going to do that again this year. Going to play some original Christmas songs. And being a professor at the university for a number of years, it sort of is my want to try to teach you something and explain something about the songs and where they came from and all of that. So that's what we're going to do, and we have a really special treat for you at the end of our show today. We'll tell you a little bit about that later on. So I thought we would start with maybe some traditional Christmas music. You may get real tired of it before December is over, but since it's going to be early when you're going to hear this in December, I'm sure probably haven't heard it for a while. So we'll start with a song that all of these are songs that are in the public domain. So they've been around for really a long, long time. We Three Kings was written in the 1800s. It was written by a hymn writer. It was put to music quite a bit later, but it's the story of the Magi on their way to see baby Jesus. It's called We Three Kings. We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse afar, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Born a king on Bethlehem's plain, gold I bring to crown him again. King forever's never, over is all to reign. Oh, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Myrrh is mine, its bitter perfume breathes of life, of gathering gloom, sorrowing, sighing, bleeding, dying, sealed in the stone cold tomb. Oh, star star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. We
three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse afar, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to the perfect light.
Okay, a lot of Christmas songs tend to be really melancholy, and I've got a couple of them today that are real melancholy, but at times I always think it's nice to have a little change of pace for a Christmas song. Christmas is supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be happy, it's supposed to be enjoyable, and it's a time that you should spend with friends, hopefully, and family. So this is a song I wrote a couple of years ago. Actually, it was a song that the band produced, and we've played it out a couple of times, but it's a fun little kind of rock and roll tune. It's called Rock and Roll Christmas.
Christmas time, a glass of wine makes me think of you. Times we had made me glad, but they ended way too soon. I don't know, I've been told Saint Nick is coming soon. We'll hold our breath like all the rest as he goes by the moon. Holidays are just around the corner. We sure do wish that we could join ya, but we'll have to wait to celebrate. But don't hesitate, 'cause I won't be late. Well, familiar songs on the radio make me think of you. It's cold outside, but warm and safe here by the fireside. So enjoy the night, have one more glass of wine. A time will come with everyone, and we'll have lots of fun. Holidays are just around the corner. We sure do wish that we could join ya. We'll have to wait to celebrate, but don't hesitate, 'cause I won't be late. Holidays are just around the corner. We sure do wish that we could join you, but we'll have to wait to celebrate. But don't hesitate, 'cause I won't be late. Well, Christmas time, a glass of wine, it makes me think of you. Times we had, they made me glad, but they ended way too soon. I don't know, but I've been told Saint Nick is coming soon. We'll hold our breath like all the rest as he passes by the moon. We'll have a rock and roll Christmas. We'll have a rock and roll Christmas. We'll have a rock and roll Christmas.
Here's a song that I wrote several years ago. And most of the time when I sit down to write a song or to sit down to play, I'm not thinking about writing a song, or I'm just sort of enjoying it. And this was close to Christmas a number of years ago, and I had gone down into the basement, and I found this little riff that I like a lot, and it just kind of developed from there. But it was a lot of thoughts about what can we do to improve our world, and what can we do at Christmas time to try to make it a better place and put ourselves in a better frame of mind. So it's just called This Christmas.
I had a dream last night of peace and goodwill. Everyone was free and the night was still. You have the power to make it come true. Just say, I wish you well this Christmas. Raise your glass and sing Noel this Christmas. Forget about politics and the things you hate. Help each other find a way before it's too late. You have the power. There's no time to wait, just say, I wish you well this Christmas. Raise your glass and sing Noel this Christmas. Call an old friend just to say hello. Give a gift to those in need, but let no one know. You have the power to make it come true. Just say, I wish you well this Christmas. Raise your glass and sing Noel this Christmas. You have the power. There's no time to wait. Just say, I wish you well this Christmas. Raise your glass and sing Noel this Christmas.
This next song is one of my favorites, and I think it's one of my favorites because I wrote the song for my wife. It was, again, not a song that I consciously sat down to write and said, boy, I need to do this and I need to express this. It was just a time that I sat down on my couch and I found this little chord pattern that I liked, and I wrote the song in about 10 minutes. I keep hoping somebody will record it someday, make me rich, but it hasn't happened so far. If anybody hears that and wants to do that, that would be great. Anyway, it's a song about some of the simple things for Christmas. It's called All I Want for Christmas. All I want for Christmas from you is a smile. It's all I need, and I know it'll last me a while. Baby, baby, when things go wrong and nights they get a little long, you know, you're the one to make it alright. 'Cause baby, all I want from you is tonight. All I want for Christmas from you is a kiss. It's all I need, and without it I know I would miss. Baby, baby, when things go bad and I'm feeling just a little sad, you know, you're the one to make it alright. 'Cause baby, all I want for Christmas from you is tonight. You don't even have to say a word to me. You are the only one and will always be. Well, all I want for Christmas from you is your love. It's all I need, and it's what I've been thinking of. Baby, baby, when things go wrong and the nights get a little long, you know, you're the one to make it alright. 'Cause baby, all I want for Christmas from you is tonight. You don't even have to say a word to me. You are the only one and will always be. Well, all I want for Christmas from you is your love. It's all I need, and it's what I've been thinking of. Baby, baby, when things go bad and I'm feeling just a little sad, you know, you're the one to make it alright. 'Cause baby, all I want for Christmas from you is tonight. Yeah, all I want for Christmas from you is tonight. We're gonna make it alright. Yeah, baby, tonight. This next song is a song that I wrote after my brother died from Alzheimer's just about a year ago or so. And it was something that I had been thinking about anyway for a long time. I had lost my sister a couple of years before that, and my brother lives a long ways away, and so does my other sister, and it just sort of brought back memories of the times that we spent together at Christmas and as a family, and I miss those times, and I know that it's impossible to bring them back and recreate them, but the song was at least some thoughts about wouldn't it be nice if we could all get together again. It's called Do You Remember? Come home for Christmas, it's been a long while. I know it's a long way, the journey is tough.
road we're on is getting shorter. Time we spent together seems to fade away. Do you remember? Come home for Christmas, it's been so long. Snow on the ground, a chill in the air. Kids are all grown, families of their own. I know it's not like it used to be. Do you remember? Christmas shopping, no time for stopping to see. Tempers flaring and never caring, it's just about me. People staring and no one daring to see what Christmas can be. Come home for Christmas before it's too late. All of us together again. Telling stories, reminiscing. Traditions I still recall. Do you remember?
They can't all be sad, right? Got to be some fun as part of Christmas. And I guess it was about a year ago, I thought, well, you know, I need to not be so melancholy all the time. So I started working on this song. You always picture Santa with this little twinkle in his eye and in the rosy cheeks, and I thought, wow, why does he have this twinkle in his eye? And so I thought I would write this song called Naughty Santa.
Santa says he won't be late, even with the ice and snow. Santa says he's gonna be on time, but when he's gotta go, he's gotta go. Santa says Rudolph will lead the way, he's the only one who knows. He's been a-working out all year long, but when he's gotta go, he's gotta go. Santa's making a list, he's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's been naughty and nice. If you've been naughty, you'll have to pay the price. Santa says do it in the bedroom, it's twice as nice. Well, Santa says you better be ready with the milk and the cookies and a ho-ho-ho. Santa says he's gonna be on time, but when he's gotta go, he's gotta go. Kids are all bed, they're all being fed with visions of sugar plums in their heads. But if you asleep, headed for the mistletoe. Santa says he can help. Uh-oh, well, Santa says, you better be ready with the milk and the cookies and a ho-ho-ho. Santa says he's gonna be on time, but when he's gotta go, he's gotta go. Santa says he won't be late, even with the ice and snow. Santa says he's gonna be on time, but when he's gotta go, he's gotta go.
Here are my two latest. One of them, it's not very Christmas specific, but I was certainly thinking about Christmas when I wrote the song. I mentioned my brother had some issues with Alzheimer's, and one of the things that we discovered as my sister-in-law Lori was his main caregiver and taking care of him, that, you know, that's a really difficult job and it's stressful, and sometimes the best thing that you can do for those caregivers is to try to give them a break and let them get away and lose some of that stress. And so we tried to do some of that, and so it was sort of a song for caregivers, an encouragement to give them a break and let them get away, at least for a short period of time. So it's kind of a not Christmas specific, but encouraging as a caregiver Christmas gift to give them a break. And I put it into a blues, and I'm not exactly sure why, but it just seemed to work.
I'm walking on a lonely country road. It's just me and myself with a heavy load. I like to feel the sun shining down on me. Sometimes days seem so slow, and that's when I need to go down a lonely country road. Well, I'm driving on a lonely, lonely highway. It's just me and myself with nothing to say. I like to feel the wind moving me along, yeah, oh yeah. I don't need sympathy, but sometimes I need to be on a lonely, lonely highway. Sleepless night. It's just me and myself waiting for the light. I like to find a way, help me through the day, yeah. Oh yeah. Sometimes I'm somewhere else, but then I find myself on a lonely, sleepless night.
have time for one more. And it's a long story. I'll try to keep it short. I'm not very good at that. But this is, I have a friend who works with children for a living. And times are tough for some of those agencies because of all kinds of things that are happening these days. And so I thought, well, they need a Christmas song to try to get people thinking about the future of our world, which is children, and what can we do for them, and how can we help them, and to really think about that. So I wrote this rather simple song, and then I thought, gee, wouldn't it be fun to have some people come in and help me sing it? So we have lots of children that are going to come in, and their parents, and we're going to sing the song for you, and it's called Save the Children. All right, then here we go.
Okay, cheat out, Angel. Cameras in front.
We want peace, peace. We want peace, peace. Hope is all around us. We want peace. Hope is all around us. Joy is all around us. To the world. Hope is all around us. Joy. The future, what can we do? Save the children, start anew. Love will find a way. Love will find a way. We want peace, peace. We want peace, peace is all around us. We want peace, is all around us. Joy is all around us. We want peace, is all around us. Let's work together before it's too late. Love will find a way. Love will find a We want peace, peace. We want peace, peace is all around us. We want peace is all around us. Joy is all around us. We want peace is all around us. Joy is all around us. We want peace is all around us.
So I hope that you enjoyed the song. I hope you enjoyed some of the music today. I do want to take this opportunity to wish you a very happy holiday season and Merry Christmas. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, it's never too late to live and learn.